Social landlords have a very strong opportunity to combine the delivery of social value with the procurement of their construction programmes. And we're in Derbyshire with Futures Housing Group, looking at the Framework Alliance that they put together with 23 SME contractors so that they could integrate their works while creating new opportunities for local businesses.
We were looking around for the latest iteration of the framework we're currently using, and we contacted the Association of Consultant Architects. They sent us the consultation document, and immediately the language of FAC-1 just jumped off the page to us and said, this is the thing we need. We have 23 companies on the FAC-1. I think only 2 or 3 of them you could describe as non-SMEs. But of the SMEs we have, there are quite a few actually micro companies. We have one-man bands, single operators, locksmiths for example. Travis Perkins were already our materials contractor. We secured those through a large OGU tender, and they had been for some years. We'd already got the idea that, and used the idea that our deal with Travis Perkins could be transferred to the contractors, and they allowed that previously. But again, we saw the FAC-1 as cementing that in a concrete manner really into the body of the contract because of our intentions in moving forward with free issue materials, which was a way of attracting small businesses and easing their cash flow.
In June 2018, the Housing Forum published their report Stopping Building Failures. They were looking for ways to capture the golden thread of responsibility that Dame Judith Hackett had advocated in response to the Grenfell tragedy. Among their recommendations was collaborative procurement using systems such as the FAC-1 former Framework Alliance Contract.
The report that the Housing Forum produced on stopping building failures has looked at all the parties involved in construction schemes. It includes the designers, the contractors, and the way in which the whole construction project is put together. The contract is pivotal to achieving those outcomes. Contracts are important because they set out the responsibilities of each party, but they also give an opportunity to share data and outcomes. In terms of social value, it's very much the case that social landlords want to achieve that as part of the projects that they undertake. So having a form of contract that allows them to identify that as a desired outcome right from the start, firstly gives you assurance that you're moving in that direction. It gives you the opportunity to measure whether or not you're achieving that, and it allows you to focus on those community benefits so that it becomes a deliberate outcome rather than something that has a hope to it.
We use the core group as the central vehicle to communicate changes and policies. It's helped us, for example, with last core group meeting was prior to the introduction of the General Data Protection Regulations. So we use the core group to hold training sessions for all of the alliance contractors. Yeah. So with the SME nucleus of contractors, we were able to go out and really work on them to encourage them to come into the FAC-1 in the first place. We had 90 odd applications and we took on 23. But we have this ambition to spend as much as we can of our contractor money locally without doing it outside of any rules. This gave us the rules to do that, and because of that we spend annually probably 75% and more of our contractor spend within 25 miles of our 2 regional bases.
It's important to understand what the FAC-1 Framework Alliance means to the SME contractors who work with Futures Housing Group and with their residents, and what difference that makes to a traditional contract. Also to understand the direct impact that alliance working can have on the experience of the residents themselves. How has the Framework Alliance helped you as a local business?
Okay, in several ways. We're Being a small local business, the framework has given us an element of stability. We know that work is always there for us, which is excellent. We've been able to take on extra team members, trainees. We have trainees who came to us as apprentices, and they've gone on to stay with us for many years and absolutely part of our team now. There's the cash flow element, which is very good with the framework agreement.
Can you give us an example of how this alliance makes a difference to residents?
We went along to a new site which Futures have just taken off another housing association, and met a resident that he said he'd got some mental health issues, and he'd had to live alongside rodents in his property, and it had been going on a fair long time. We were able to give him the confidence to say, now Futures are involved, it will be sorted. On that very day, I'm there, to contractors that are directly employed by Futures, they're there. We were now taking the next steps, and we knew that this thing would be seen through. Now, if that's not what social housing should be about and social justice, then I think I'm not sure what is.
Earlier this year, Futures won the Procurement Team of the Year award at the Government Opportunities Public Procurement Excellence Awards. Their citation included their innovative use of the FAC-1 form of contract.